In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Well, hello and welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
Well, gentlemen, here we are.
Hello.
This is what it's come to.
What's that?
What is that?
Making
What
a
is
podcast.
this?
Making
on a Thursday evening.
Yeah, making another podcast
Oh
on a
yeah.
Thursday
Well,
evening. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a bit of a... I noticed the two of you are each wearing a white...
Ironic t-shirts.
You're each wearing a white T-shirt with your love quite clearly emblazoned on it.
That's very true, yeah.
Would you like to describe what you're wearing?
I'm wearing a white t-shirt with Star Wars written on it.
Oh.
I just did it myself in felt tip pen.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
It's very good, yeah.
No, it's an old Star Wars logo. If you know the original Star Wars logo, it's that in blue.
I remember it. The
I
slanting one.
can't pretend to know or... When did... Oh, I know what you mean.
This was like the logo before the movie came out.
Before it became cool.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm wearing a white t-shirt with a Game Boy on it.
Yeah.
It says Game Boy.
It says
on
Game
it.
Boy on it. So
Yeah.
you know what it is.
Is that a life-size Game Boy original on it?
You know what? I don't know.
It looks...
It looks like it might be about
Close-ish.
right. Yeah. When I go home, I will put my Game Boy against my chest.
I think that's very important.
And when that happens, I'll transform Captain Planet style into Game Boy Man.
Yes.
Game Boy Boy.
I think... I swear I was the only person in the world to ever actually see it, but there was... And I think I've mentioned this to you in private, but there was a cartoon as a kid about a bunch of, I think, a school American football team.
Yes, you did tell me about this.
Who got teleported back through time.
Sure.
To Arthurian.
Yes,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the legends of Arthur and the Round Table. And for some reason, Arthur was missing.
Right.
So all these American footballers took the place of Arthur and his knights.
And they all had a kind of My Little Pony-esque symbol, didn't they?
Yeah.
Was this a live action?
No, cartoon.
A cartoon.
It's a very
That's
80s.
better.
80s cartoon, yeah.
I was assuming you meant the Hurricanes originally.
Yes.
They were a soccer team.
They were a soccer team,
Yeah.
yes. And
I don't recall them ever
I don't
travelling
think they
back in
got
time.
travel through time.
I do recall the Hurricanes had like storm times coming. That was their
Tagline?
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember they had like an astonishingly diverse football team? That seems very
sweet.
cool. There was like there was someone from.
What are you implying?
No, I just mean like literally like
Hate it.
I remember there was a guy. Wasn't there like an Irish guy who was always just like dancing or something?
This
like
is the
that?
funny thing. Is
Oh,
that
Patches O'Houlihan.
Yeah, Patrick.
I feel like they weren't like the Hurricanes didn't represent Hurricane City.
No.
Or places or countries, did they? They were just like a random team.
I would refuse to support a team called the Hurricanes out of principle.
Frankly.
Frankly.
Because of the damage the hurricanes do worldwide every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
On principle.
And just the fact they don't belong to a town.
Yeah. Because I think they went up against like teams like the Wasps and, you know.
Wasn't
the
this more of like an American
hula hoops.
franchise kind of thing?
That's my objection. There's
Yeah.
a team in England called the Milton Keynes Dons.
Here we go.
Oh, God.
And they can fuck off.
Do they not come from Milton Keynes?
No, well, they essentially... Well, I'll tell you, Nick.
Tell
Yeah,
me.
no, go on. Let's
Now
learn.
that I've started.
We're here to learn. Yeah.
Yeah, we are. I
There was
guess.
a team called Wimbledon.
Okay.
Like the tennis tournament.
Yeah.
Who played in the
But that
Premier-
is a place.
That is a place.
Yeah.
Played in the Premier League. And if they were basically chucked out of their home called Plough Lane in the early 90s and had to ground share with the team in London, therefore moving out of Wimbledon. Eventually this chap called Pete Winkleman came in, bought the club and moved it to Milton Keynes.
Right.
So the people of Wimbledon had to restart the club from nothing
Wow.
because
okay.
he effectively bought the league place and called them Milton Keynes Dons, which is just a kick up the balls.
Dons.
And now they're in the same league.
Huh.
Which is quite funny.
So this team from nothing has
This
risen
team
up.
from nothing has risen
back
up the ranks.
That's
to
quite good, actually.
Be on par with the team that.
Do they
bought them.
have a healthy, if not slightly violent,
I
rival?
wouldn't call it healthy. No,
I mean, it's real. Like it's
They
it's,
really hate
it's
each other.
pronounced.
He, I believe, is banned from the Wimbledon. Pete Winkleman is banned from the Wimbledon boardroom.
Wow.
Is that chairman?
Rightly so.
Is that legally binding, though?
What, banning him from a
Room.
room?
Yeah, like
Yeah, probably.
If I pissed off the MK Dongs or whatever, or Wimbledon,
Well,
they
you
could
could-
probably ban me from the.
You
Yeah,
could
probably.
ban me from your house.
Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, although I mean it doesn't work.
Frankly, you get a terrible view from the away end of Wimbledon. So
Right, okay.
It wouldn't be that bad a thing if you were banned.
Yeah. How many times have they met in open combat?
Quite a few now.
And on the pitch.
And on the pitch, yeah. On the streets of Plough Lane. Quite a few now. Probably 10, maybe a bit less.
And there have been fights.
There have been incidents.
Shall we say?
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's a nice story for Wimbledon, but that's why I don't like franchises in football. And the Dons is just a kick in the nuts, I think.
And that's why you always...
Because that's associated with Wimbledon, obviously.
Oh, I didn't put that
I
together.
thought it like Doncaster.
No.
I thought you meant like Dons in a mafia. Is
No,
that-
they should just be Milton Keynes Football Club. I don't call them the MK Dons. I call them Milton Keynes.
Milton Keynes.
And Gills will be playing them quite soon.
Hooray.
Ah.
I hope you win.
Well, both those teams actually will be playing quite soon.
Are they the most hated team
No,
in
the
the
world.
world?
people sort of nothing them really.
Oh, I
Milton
see.
Keynes, except Wimbledon, obviously.
They don't deserve the hate.
Nobody particularly
They
likes
bought
them.
the hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They manufactured their own hate. Those bastards.
As we know on this podcast, hate is a very valuable commodity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to be earned.
It's got to be.
Anyway,
is this show valuable?
No.
anyway, so let's inception our way back up one level. So the Hurricanes
Blorp.
Oh yeah.
were very diverse crew. And to prove how diverse they were, I do recall that they had maybe a South American player who didn't wear shoes.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's definitely
I mean,
true.
that's
the others all wore.
dangerous for a
The others
start.
all wore boots, but he didn't.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't know how
they
American
suggesting that-
soccer is run,
No.
but
Barefoot.
Were they implying that he was better barefoot because he played
Yeah,
on the beaches?
And
no,
streets.
because he learned on
the
the
streets.
mean streets of like
That-
street ball.
I mean,
That's what it's called.
you would still be better with boots on,
Yeah,
even if you did play barefoot.
I would
your
not
life.
want somebody to tackle me while
With a
wearing,
boot.
with barefoot.
I can confirm that shooting with your foot when you're not wearing a boot hurts.
Oh,
I wouldn't recommend it.
No.
I don't shoot very well, but
Okay.
for anyone.
well, coming back up a level
Again.
the kick comes in. So Arthur and the Knights of the
Oh
Round
right,
Table.
okay.
yeah,
we're
we're
back
back
where we
here,
started.
Each knight had a suit of armor, and it had like a symbol on their chest.
Sure.
So like Arthur had a sword. So
But he
had a-
wasn't there.
No, sorry. Coincidentally,
Oh.
the head of the American football team was called Arthur.
That is a coincidence.
That is a
So he
happy
became
coincidence.
Oh, he
Arthur.
took the place of Arthur.
Yeah. So he had like a hilt on his chest,
Mm.
and when he like slapped his fist against it, a sword would appear. And I'm saying this out loud, and it kind of makes
Come
me
out of
think
his
now that the
heart.
sword would suddenly like stab him in the face. So what I'm
Straight
saying
up.
is Nick.
So
Would
back
have,
up the final level now to my
Nick
t-shirt.
would have the power to slap his chest to make a Game Boy appear.
God, that'd be great.
I mean, that was
Endless Game Boys.
that was
So many
quite a
Game Boys.
detour, wasn't it?
Well, I'm just saying.
What I liked about that whole thing was the Inception sort of metaphor you added to it.
Oh,
That
yes,
we
yes,
went
yes.
all the way
That was
down
good, yes.
deep into a tangent where you told us a whole story.
Yeah.
And then we came all the way back up level by level. I really like that.
Who thought we'd get from Game Boy to Milton Keynes Dons as quickly as we did?
Yeah.
And back again.
And back.
There's something for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the nature of this podcast.
Could I share a very quick and another unrelated fun story?
Of course.
Why not? why
Seems to be
not?
what this show is all about.
Do you know what's great? And this isn't an
I
official.
mean, this feels
level
like you
hate.
should be saving this
No,
for later.
this isn't an official level.
He doesn't
hate.
love it. It's just great.
It's just fine.
What's great is when your cat's face explodes, which happened.
I'll have to take your word for that.
This happened this week.
Is this like we're talking Resident Evil face explosion here? Like,
Yeah, as in
It must have been allergies.
no. Monday morning,
Right.
the alarm goes off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, time to get up. It's all good. You know, I get up, go out, use the bathroom. The cat is always there waiting for me.
Sure.
So I go, hey cat, good to see you. How you
Sup?
doing? He's like, all right.
Yeah.
And then I come back.
which is weird in itself.
Yeah,
I don't think anything noteworthy's happened there.
So I come back into the bedroom and the cat follows me and he does what he always does. He scratches on the mat and everything.
Yeah.
And then I sit down on the bed for a minute, just like, dozing. I'll get up in a second. I'm waking up. And the cat jumps on the bed, which he
no.
often does.
Oh no.
But then instantly jumps off and runs out the room.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
that's weird. I was like, that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird. Why's he done that? So I get up anyway. I'm like, oh, okay, time to get up. And I'm like, oh, floor's a bit wet.
Oh no.
Why's the floor wet? That's weird.
Oh John.
And then I kind of like I make it to the hallway and I'm like, oh, why is there red everywhere?
Oh,
Like what's going on? And the cat is
Holding an axe and losing his ball.
and the cat is on the landing, and he's kind of like he looks a little, agitated, but not like massively distressed.
Sure.
And as I'm like, I'm like, oh, the cat's leaking. What's going on? And I thought he was like,
Leaking cat fluid.
I thought he was incontinent. I thought he'd like,
That's where my brain would go.
yeah, I thought he'd sharted everywhere. Then I looked down. I was like, well, hang on, this is red liquid. And then I look, and it's everywhere.
Oh, no.
Like
God.
it's kind of sprayed along the floor. It's up the walls.
Nice.
And I'm like,
though.
oh god, how's he hurt
Your
himself?
walls
What's
are
happened?
white. At least they were.
Yeah. So we start mopping this up, and we realised that apparently, who knew, he had an abscess on the side of his
God.
face.
And it had been there for a while?
Yeah,
like
because
hidden under his fur?
Yeah, because he fights a lot. He goes
Yeah, he's
and
a
fights
fighter, isn't
cats.
he?
So I think
Yeah.
he probably got like an infected scratch on his face. But he'd been a bit needy the last few days, but hadn't been like crazy.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But clearly he jumped on the bed and somehow it had burst. Maybe like the pressure of him jumping.
Was there blood on the bed as well then?
A few drops and some pus.
Ah.
But like we've got a mirror and it was up the mirror and everything and
Oh, it really
That
exploded.
sounds like
Yeah.
a proper horror
so
film.
we've just kind of like cleaned this all up and he seems all right and I'm like, oh, the poor thing, we'll have to get him to the vets. And then he starts scratching his face and
Oh,
he starts
no.
spraying
Oh,
spraying
no.
blood everywhere.
Stop it,
again.
Bradley!
No.
So literally he has a hole in his face,
Oh, yikes.
like just by his cheek, and it's healing really well. We took him to the vets and they were like, well, it's better out than in. And
Well, I guess.
and we want, and they're like,
better
Is
all
that a
over,
professional opinion?
yeah.
better all over your walls.
He
than
said
in.
he was a vet, but
Yeah.
he was just,
Where'd you find him?
Crazy Joe around the bins.
but he was just like,
Brad Bins.
I said, does it need a stitch or anything? Like, I can see his muscles like inside it.
Oh.
And they were like, no, leave it open, let the fluid come out. And
Yeah,
then
let things get in as well.
Feel a
Like,
bit lightheaded.
woo!
have a drink of your beer.
Oh, all
yeah,
right
there you go.
Isn't
That'll
it
help.
weird how animals seem to get abscesses? We don't get abscesses.
No.
And, like,
I guess we're not hairy everywhere. That probably helps.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know. If you get like a
Probably.
bad hair or something, I might become like an abscess.
I don't get in a lot of fights with cats.
No.
That is also
Probably,
true.
yeah.
That is also
Sorry,
true.
I don't get a lot of abscesses.
I think the big issue is that a cat probably wouldn't tell you if it had maybe the beginnings of an abscess. Like if I.
Oh, I see.
Well, your cat just says good morning. Doesn't
Yeah.
say anything else, does it?
No.
Just says, morning,
All right.
John. Morning, John.
All right, mate.
Oh, right, yeah.
All right. All right.
Doffs his cap.
Yeah, you know, where he clocks in, I'm clocking out.
My ships in the night. All right.
But I mean, I guess if I'd gone out bare knuckle boxing or something,
You'd
on the
probably
street-
have some scars.
yeah.
And some...
But if I came back
whatevers.
and I was bleeding and I'd lost a tooth or something, everyone would go like, "Good God,
Are you okay?
are you
Yeah,
okay?"
yeah.
Whereas like he's covered in like a fur coat, so you can't really see his many
Sure, but-
injuries.
But to be fair, when his face exploded, you were there.
And
Oh,
you,
yeah,
you
yeah,
knew
To be
about
fair
that.
to you, John, I think you're beating yourself up a bit here.
No. Well, not as much as
Not as
he
much
was.
as that cat
No.
did to him.
Should have seen the other guy.
Yeah.
Because he can't see you.
It's just all abscess, that one.
Yeah, he came home one day and he had a tooth in his head.
Yeah.
What, just lodged in there?
Yeah, well, he came out, but someone had bitten him.
Yikers.
What's weird is it was a human tooth.
Oh!
It was mine!
Anyway, that's been a fun diversion.
Yeah, great.
Good, I
cool.
enjoyed that as well.
Who's
Me,
got?
me too as well. I've
we
got
get-
a hate.
Yeah.
Oh, go
Yeah.
on then.
Yeah, go on then.
Go on
yeah.
then.
I hate fancy toilet paper.
Oh.
What's that all about?
What do you define as fancy toilet paper?
Well, Ali,
Not using a leaf.
yeah.
yeah,
not using your hand.
not rubbing up against a cornice of masonry. We've got a bare bit of brick just in the corner of the bathroom. That's what I rub up against.
A flying buttress.
My butt,
What?
literally.
What? Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's very,
good. Yeah,
very
yeah.
good. Yeah,
That
very
was
funny.
Excellent.
Yeah, we normally get the cheapest / most basic toilet paper because I don't see the point in spending money on something I'm going to wipe my actual ass with.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
However,
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't use the cheapest toilet paper. Because
But
it is
have you used the cheapest toilet
probably.
paper? Probably.
At some
okay.
point. I'm sure my school used to stock it.
Because I will grant you that it is not as quilted
Yeah.
as the stuff that Ali has bought purely because that was all that was available this time, and it's called Supreme Quilt.
Sure.
Right, and
That's-
it has 4 plies. Right,
I was about to ask
me-
you how many plies that
It
pack
can't
is.
be It can't be folded. It's
No, yeah, it's like rubbing your ass with the Rosetta Stone at this point. Like it's like yeah, you cannot fold it, or like a Galaxy folding phone which doesn't fold.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that. But but yeah, that difference between that and the sandpaper that I buy that costs 50p for like 20 rolls is the difference is so minimal.
But is
Yeah.
it like you need to take half a roll of the cheap stuff to make it function?
You need to put 4 of them on top
No.
of each other.
I
then
mean,
get
yeah.
another 4.
Yeah, I mean probably use a
Yeah.
little more. I probably use a little more.
So what you're describing is it's basically like an actual quilt for your bed.
Yeah.
looking at that and going, the forbidden fruit.
Yeah.
Like, never.
Yeah, I imagine people looking at that and thinking, well, that's the only thing I will touch my shitty bum with.
Can you not appreciate the intense luxury? Is it like you look at it and go, well, this is amazing, but I can't live this way. I can't fly this close to the sun.
Maybe that's my issue, is that it's not so much that I
Bit
can't...
of an Icarus situation going on here.
Is it that you don't feel like you're worthy of this toilet paper?
Oh, no. I'm worthy.
Oh, I'm worthy.
I think the issue is that no one should... There's no need for this. Like yes, granted, there's a difference between a 4-ply and a half-ply that I normally use. Or
Tissue paper.
Or the masonry that I rub up against. I give you that there's a difference between those two things.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that... I'm saying there's not much of a difference, but I'm also saying, like, we don't need this. As humanity...
Is ply the SI unit of absorbency?
Well, no, I think ply is layers.
Okay.
So a 1-ply is literally one sheet. And then most toilet paper is 2-ply. Isn't it?
Sure.
Because you've got the two that come away from one another, and that's annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
That is annoying.
So this is 4, which seems insane to me.
Have you, and I'm going to ask you a personal question now,
Oh, okay.
ever wiped your ass and it's broken in half, the toilet paper?
Yeah, that
You've
has
got
happened
shit
to
all
me.
over your hand.
Oh, yeah, that has
Well,
happened.
you were alluding to it, but now you've said it.
Yeah, no, I might as well
and
just
your
be livid
finger
about it.
sort of goes into places, dirty places that you didn't want it to go.
And that is a massive inconvenience, and your hand smells like shit for the rest of the day.
Well, not for the rest of the I'd argue it is for the rest of the day. I mean, if I wash my hands...
Oh, you wash it. Oh, he washes his hands. does he? Oh, well, la-di-da.
The marquee is in town.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the luxury I subscribe to,
Okay.
washing my hands.
And have you ever got a rash on your ass from poor quality
Jesus
toilet
Christ,
paper?
here we go.
These are personal questions.
These are
are
very
things-
personal
These are
questions.
things I need to find out.
Thank
John,
God
these are
we're-
the kind of questions that are on the census anyway. So
Thank God we're not recording this.
But I need to find these things out
I
if I'm to
haven't-
accept his hate or not.
Okay, I've
Okay.
never had a rash on my anus or bum area
Okay,
from
from
poor
cheap
toilet paper.
Okay, that's
and I
fine.
buy some very cheap toilet
See,
paper.
that changes things.
Yes.
Because
But have you?
Not
had
as
a
far as I
rash?
know.
Okay,
Not
fine,
as far as I
fine,
know.
fine.
But I'm saying I'm trying to equate the difference between the standard toilet paper and the luxury toilet paper.
Oh, I see.
And see if there is
In a
actually
scientific method.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
Sort of. And see if it is actually worth the difference.
Well, surely all you basically ask is that it not be abrasive.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think it is abrasive, the cheap stuff.
I think
I
it's
say it would. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
a tiny bit. It's not like...
Well, what you want?
But also, like, you want a bit of that, you want that roughage to
Okay,
like,
well,
pull
okay.
some of that
Yeah,
feces away.
Well,
don't
what do you want? What do you want? I mean, well, you could just use a Brillo pad, but
What I want is it to be over with.
okay, what for shame? I need to get off my shame box and
Yeah,
get back
exactly.
to, I need to get to church.
I
And
don't
confess.
need to delve into the details of wiping shit off my own bum. I don't need to get into that. I
And
just
yet
need
here
to
we
get.
are.
I just need to get through it.
I feel like we've already gone into too much detail. I feel I'm partially to blame.
Yeah.
You did delve deep into my life, and I
Don't say delve deep, for God's sake.
You know, we are appearing at the literature festival.
Oh, that you dropped that in as an
It's a
announcement.
good thing we got this
That's
question
it.
out of the way. That is.
Consider that a spoiler. Yeah.
Well, people already know about it by the
By
time
now,
this has gone out.
yeah.
If this is the episode they listened before our literature festival outing, we're gonna get cancelled.
I
Yeah.
don't think we'll be appearing at the literature festival.
Bring a padlock, like barricade the
We
doors.
can't have these boys. They talk about feces.
I know, but if you say feces, they're like, oh, that's very
Yeah.
literary.
Yes, true.
Yeah,
we'll
true,
call it
that
feces.
is-
Okay, well, let's break it down. What are the
I hope it
criteria?
doesn't break down.
What are the criteria you look for
Uh-huh.
in decent toilet paper? Are we talking strength? By
I
which I
mean-
mean durability.
I guess on a bare minimum level, like it needs to clean shit off my ass.
Okay.
So if
but-
it falls apart before it achieves that, then
Yeah.
yes, it's failed.
Okay. Durability. Softness?
No, I don't give a shit about
Don't really care
No,
about.
I've
Well,
already given
somebody
a shit.
gave a shit about.
Okay,
Okay, so
uh-huh.
you don't really care about softness.
it. No. Give me a twig.
Give this man a twig.
But that would hurt.
That twig would hurt, yeah.
That, like a
help me
Brillo
out.
pad, that would give you
Yeah.
a rash.
I'd
I'd imagine.
I've never really gone in for like the hyper quilted.
Supreme Quilt,
Yeah.
as I bought. Well, I didn't buy it. Ali
Was it
bought
actually called Supreme Quilt?
It's called Supreme Quilt. Yeah.
Okay,
It's decadent,
okay.
isn't
It's
it?
Andrex, I think, but it was called Andrex Supreme Quilt.
I do wonder. Now, I'm kind of with you here because I can't really go like I don't want the stuff which is sandpaper or the stuff that is like sugar paper.
Yeah.
I will allow right?
Yeah.
Within the realm of my hate, and I'm king of this moment right now.
Sure.
So I get to allow things. I get to say things are okay. Right.
Okay.
The thing I'll allow is people not wanting a bad toilet experience.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'll allow
nobody
that.
I don't want anyone I know having a bad toilet experience.
Bad toilet experience.
Nobody
right?
wants a bad toilet
As much as
experience.
I might be, I might have very low standards in terms of what I want from my toilet paper. I'll accept that some people don't like that, but I do not see the need for a huge spectrum above average.
Okay,
a
yes,
huge
I'm-
spectrum above this cleans my ass.
Now I think we're getting to the
Right,
the
the
kind
nitty-
of crux
the
of
nutty-
the problem here.
nutty
The nutty,
That's gross.
the nutty high fiber problem here.
Yeah.
is
The sweet corner of the
yeah,
issue.
because I'm kind of like, and I don't know, maybe this could be described for a lot of products, like not necessarily just
Yeah,
toilet paper,
probably.
but like when I go to the supermarket and we buy our toilet paper, we go into the shame aisle.
Yes,
and
and everyone's looking down.
Everyone,
You're all doing it. You're all don't pretend like what you over there. Don't pretend like you're not doing it.
You poo!
everyone dongs a hood, so no one has to make eye contact while buying the shame.
They offer a
paper.
Tesco hood that you can
Yeah.
put on at the entrance of the aisle. Yeah.
So you buy your shame paper to go do your night sin, and
The devil's work.
I only
de-
poo in the night.
devil's soil. Yeah.
yeah.
And I would not buy the budget, the super cheap stuff.
No.
Sure, okay.
Because I'm like, I'm an adult. I pay taxes. I deserve a little better than that.
Okay.
But I will buy like the standard
Yeah.
toilet paper,
Base
the,
level.
the base level toilet paper,
The zero.
Yeah,
if you
I'm
will.
like,
not
okay,
the -4, but
yeah,
the zero.
So I'm not running to hard times, but I just want like that standard, just like bog standard level of
Bog standard.
toilet.
Mid
Yeah.
range.
Now,
Why don't they call it bog standard? Because it is bog standard.
That's really
Like, it's
good,
for
yeah.
bogs.
Maybe that's what that means.
Oh my god, you're probably right.
but going from bog standard onwards, which I think is what you're alluding to,
This is what I'm getting at.
they have created a false economy
Yes.
where they're like luxury plus, heavy flow,
Quilted. Oh god. Quilted. Triple quilted.
yeah, triple quilted,
Yeah.
yeah.
Triple.
It's a waste of paper, isn't
Triple
it?
double quilted.
It's a waste
Yeah.
of paper. That's the biggest problem I have with it.
Well, you get a roll home.
That could be a book. You know?
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean make a book out of it?
Well, I mean,
I thought you said you could produce a book on toilet paper.
well, you could, but I mean, I
with
guess
the
what I'm
toilet
getting
paper
at
you've saved.
is that all that effort that's gone into that 17 ply. That could have been another copy of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
That's the thing. You get one roll home, and it's like under tension, and you kind of like and it actually just folds into one.
Yeah.
like it just
Flattens out
inverts.
into like a mattress.
Yeah.
It's like those flannels when you get them wet.
Yes.
And they just
Yeah.
spread
And
out.
it
And they're
just-
shaped like a dinosaur.
It's
originally.
like
Yeah. And it fills your whole bathroom.
it's like roof insulation when
Yes.
it comes out. Yeah, it's just
It's exactly like that.
perfectly.
And I've wiped my ass with that, and that's really rough.
surprisingly rough.
Surprisingly.
Some would say.
Yeah. I
mean,
felt,
it's-
felt that for days.
It is made of like fiberglass.
Yeah.
Like,
It's essentially wiping my ass
I'll
with
just
glass.
use this candy floss looking material.
Not as sugary sweet as I initially imagined.
Shouldn't have eaten it either.
okay. Well, what's the worst? Okay, let's build a spectrum here.
Okay.
What's the worst possible paper?
Charmin.
No. I don't mean a brand. I mean literally
I
like
can't be naming brands.
the qualities.
another sponsor.
and-
That's another one down the drain.
Seriously, though, Charmin, call us if you want.
Yeah.
I would happily wipe my ass with Charmin.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
could be the tagline, couldn't it?
Chris Ray, you could just be on the box.
Yeah,
Because it comes in a box.
I wholeheartedly endorse this event or product
With my ass.
with my ass.
There's a bear shit in the woods. Certainly does.
Yes. Charmin.
Wasn't Charmin, it was a bear for a while. And isn't it a koala now?
Yes.
Right.
Now that's weird in itself.
Yeah.
Because the koala started to have like these luxurious space moments. Do you remember? Like the advert would be
Luxurious
like
space shits.
it used to be Robert Webb, National Treasure, did the voice of these adverts, and it'd be a CGI koala floating through space, and he goes like, "There's nothing koala likes more than softness." And you see him like, and he's like flowers and bunnies. He's like, "Oh, lovely." And then a roll of toilet paper comes along, and he's hugging it
in space?
in this weird sky dimension.
Oh, okay. They
And
created a
it's
whole world.
Clouds, and he's holding and sleeping on a roll of toilet paper, and it's like, I like a soft bed as much as the next person.
But this is
Yeah.
part of my issue, really, is that they are fetishizing toilet paper.
Yes.
To the point that, like, you watch the advert, and you think, yes, It's very important to me that my toilet paper gives me an experience akin to the experience that koala is encountering now with that roll of toilet paper. No!
Yeah.
I get in and out of that toilet zone of my shit time. I get in and out of that as quickly as possible. I don't need to lavish in my poo wiping. I don't need to do that.
More like a transaction.
Yeah. And
Also,
that's why I, maybe unlike many, I'm quite happy with a bit of sandpaper because it'll just get the job done. I'll be out of there. It doesn't matter. I don't need to spend money on this.
Is there a degree of, like, if somebody made and marketed some kind of whip where you could just flagellate yourself for the badness you've inflicted on the water table?
Yeah, I take that.
You take it,
Oh,
yeah.
for sure. And I wouldn't wipe my ass afterwards.
is there
I just whip myself and then just crack on.
Degree of penance here, which we need to
Maybe
talk
there is.
about. Yeah.
Maybe there is. Yeah, we're getting into something now.
What's the finest substance you could imagine? Like, what's the greatest toilet paper? And I don't mean you with your weird sandpapery kind of.
What's the greatest thing one could wipe their ass
Yeah,
with?
no, let's get the two ends of the spectrum.
You'd want something that had soft, like I can imagine if you rubbed your ass cleft along the edge of a mattress, because it would get right in there.
You know,
because
maybe-
it's stiff.
Maybe you want a memory foam mattress.
Yes, you want a tempura mattress.
That is the best thing
No,
you could have.
A tempura mattress.
That's batter, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, a tempura.
Oh, a
Yeah.
battered mattress.
a battered king prawn.
So we're talking a giant battered king prawn, like shipped direct from Japan
yeah.
for freshness, right? That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
And then it.
That's where we've got to.
Yeah, and then you just, with one swift, quick, and no shame-inducing motion, straight through the cleft, clean out all the garbage, you're good to go on with your life. Maybe there's a bit of an oily residue after because it's batter, obviously, but there you are.
Then you just go back to sleep.
You're kind of describing an ideal one wipe scenario, which is
I'm surely
have
that's
Have
surely,
you ever had a naught wipe?
a ghost.
Yeah, a
the
ghost shit.
Yeah. Actually,
but you
like-
have had to waste a wipe on it, unfortunately,
Yeah,
because you
I know,
can't
yeah.
imagine if you tore off your 4-ply, wiped your ass, there was nothing on it, and you put it back on the roll for the next person to use.
I don't need this. I'll just pop that back. Good for the environment.
Or it's like when your grandparents reuse tea bags. It's like, you just
Yeah.
fold it over and go get another.
Yeah, get another use out of it.
4-ply, get 4 uses out
Yeah.
of it. Maybe that's what you're doing wrong.
Oh, but there's no instructions on the box.
It's written
Wouldn't
on
it
the
be great?
toilet
Wouldn't it be
paper.
great if that was an instruction on the box? We encourage you after you've done your
disassemble
business
our
to
product.
disassemble your piece of toilet paper and reassemble it in a different formation.
Much like the petrol companies who develop petrol cars are fighting the electric car because they're afraid that it's going to eventually destroy them. Very much so, I think Charmin and the 4-ply Andrex is fighting the concept of the one wipe, right, which you introduced earlier.
Oh my god! So
Because
like,
if that happened, it would kill them.
so like in the 1960s, they had a working
They had
one-wipe
one.
model, but they've suppressed it for
Yeah,
years.
they bought it out and then patented it and then never used
We're
it.
getting into the realm of conspiracy now.
We're in the pocket of big shit.
I hate being in there.
Boss, you'll never guess what. I've discovered a piece of toilet paper. Just one wipe. Lock it away.
Silence him.
Lock it away forever.
Put him in the vault.
Get him out of my sight.
I mean, the entire boardroom, like, all stand up and slowly start applauding and go,
Yeah.
"You've done great work, Williamson. Join me in
Join
my
me on my
office
balcony."
for a minute."
And Williamson was never seen again.
Yeah, I feel like that discovery was made around the time of the moon landing.
Yeah,
And,
and they have to keep killing workers who keep
Yeah.
coming up with.
yeah, because really, what we're getting at here, if you want to lavish in the experience of a quilted toilet paper, what they're getting at is let's make this experience last as long as we can, and it's like, no,
I'm sorry, I'm still just picturing people on like in the toilet paper labs. It's like every day someone goes like, "Oh my god, it's so obvious. A child could do it.
it's so easy to do this.
And like the supervisor was like a little.
You just hear a gunshot.
No.
Everyone back to work.
You didn't see anything. Like someone comes and starts putting down toilet paper on the body.
Yeah, and then
very absorbent.
Steve in the corner's like, what if I just get 18 layers of really shit toilet paper? Like, now that's the kind of thinking we want, Steve. You're promoted.
Yeah, promote that man.
Regional manager.
Also in charge of sales. Oh,
So there you go.
What a fun diversion.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
I've got one if you
Okay.
like.
Oh,
Yeah.
fine. Why
I've
not?
got one
Yeah.
if you want me to.
Yeah.
I hate, when you get advice
Yeah.
of someone and you choose to dismiss that advice entirely.
Yeah, sure.
'Cause you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You know.
But you're immediately proved wrong. That is it.
How immediate are we talking?
I'm talking within 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Within 5 minutes.
Within 5 minutes of the decision to go your own way.
I have been shown up for the moron that I am. Now, I should stress at this point that Liz came up with this one because all of these stories relate to things she said to me that I've ignored and regretted. So I'll give you a few examples.
Okay.
We were at the pub last weekend.
No.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nice.
The dog was there.
Okay, cool.
And we tie her to the table, and Liz was like, "This table's too light for the dog. She'll pull it over." And I didn't, in my mind, I thought, so what if she does? So what if she does?
What's the big deal, Liz?
I was like, it's all right, we've got her. She's not going to run off or anything. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, nothing.
So we carry on our conversation. We get our drinks delivered to the table. Within probably about 30 seconds of the drinks coming to the table, Daisy has pulled the table, drink all over me. Literally all over me. Didn't even in my mind equate the two. That Daisy might pull the table and the drink would go literally all over me.
But Liz is like now bursting to say, "I told you so."
Oh, she did.
Of course she did.
She said, that's why I said. I was like, well, yeah, I understand now. Now I'm covered in beer. I get it.
I've learned the lesson, Liz.
I had one. We moved into a new house in the last year. And I struggled actually to find a clock for our living room. It's a big struggle a lot of new homeowners have. We eventually found one in HomeSense.
Delightful.
After a lot of searching.
Other brands.
Other home
No, they're not,
depots are available.
Oh, you're right. No,
It's the
they're
only
all
one.
shutting down.
Oh, that is right, yes. But please sponsor us if you are a home supplies company. So we bought this clock. I was very excited. I was like, I'm going to put this clock on the wall. I'm very excited about it because I've been looking for ages for a clock. So I got the nail and I thought, I don't know if I've done that quite right. Oh, I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm sure that'll be fine.
I'm sure it will.
And Liz went, oh, that doesn't look, that's not going to stay up. I went, oh, it will. That'll stay up. No, don't worry about it. Because it's balancing. You see, it's balancing. Don't worry. I've got it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So I went to put my hammer away, and I heard a smash. Literally less than a minute after we had this conversation. And yeah, the clock fell off the wall, and the glass smashed everywhere. So we had to go look for a new clock because I ignored her advice. And I'll give you the third one.
Okay, yeah, go on.
This one isn't so funny because I nearly killed us.
Oh, God, okay.
Liz had been away for the weekend.
Okay.
And for Christmas, my mum had given me a deep fat fryer. So,
Ruh-roh.
I thought, I'm going to do some chips when Liz gets back. I'll cook some chips. That'll be nice.
Little treat for her.
For her when she gets back. And a few chips, lovely. So I put the oil in.
How do you do chips again? No, don't worry about it.
I put the oil in. And I thought, that oil isn't quite getting to the specified mark. I know. I'll top it up with water.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
So Liz walks in the house.
Goodness.
I go, oh, hello, dear. Just doing some chips for us. And the oil's bubbling away, as it should, you know.
Of course.
Oil's got to bubble, you know that. And she goes, why is that oil bubbling? I was like, you are? Because it's boiling. What do you think it's bubbling? It's boiling, isn't it? It's boiling the chips. Stupid woman. She goes, what have you put in that oil? Oh, no, nothing. I just put a bit of water to top it up. Chris, turn that off. And I went, why? What's the problem? Still not in my mind, thinking, I still thought I was right.
Yeah,
I was like,
of course.
it's fine. No, I mean it. Turn it off. So I went, oh, fine, I'll turn it off. Then I told her Liz off for questioning me. I was like, why'd you tell me to turn it off like that? Why? So she goes, look it up. Water and oil, that's how chip pan fires start. So I went, all right, I will look it up. I will show you. I will look it up. So I looked it up. And I thought, yeah, I knew that. I thought, that is right, yeah. And I definitely knew that. So why did I just do that?
I guess really... I love the idea of you just kind of like hovering expectantly over the chip pan going, what's the problem?
You're not far off.
Yeah, with your face deliberately over it, arguing your point.
I was as close as I am to this mic now, to the chip pan.
I'm so sorry, darling. I can't talk to you right now. I'm just keeping an eye on but just give me 5 minutes. This will be fine.
I'm just here tipping water into the deep pan fryer.
As soon as I looked it up, I just went, oh yeah, that is right.
That does make a lot of sense, yeah.
But it's that feeling that knowing you were wrong. And it's been proved instantaneously that you were wrong, despite your belligerence.
Yes, it is very annoying.
Are you angrier with yourself, or with the person for pointing out?
I'd say I was probably angrier with myself in the case of nearly burning the house down.
Yeah, I think it starts out as rage at Liz.
Yeah, and I apologised afterwards
Oh, that's
because
good
I thought that was good of me to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah, very
apologise.
Probably the
very
right thing.
magnanimous. Of
Thank you. I
feel,
thought so at the time. Yes. No, I was certainly annoyed with myself after that.
Yeah.
Thought try not to burn the house down in future.
That would be a good aim.
So the time after that, I didn't use water, and they were lovely chips.
They were
that's
so
good.
dry.
They were very dry. Yeah.
Disgusting, actually.
Yeah.
Should have added a bit of water.
I
Really.
love a nice refreshing chip.
A juicy chip.
This is both watery and oily.
Pop quiz. What are you supposed to do with a chip pan fire? How do you resolve?
Throw up,
that?
run away, burn the house down.
Move.
You pour water and oil on it.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah.
Add more of the
Add more
problem
of the
ingredients.
thing. I don't know.
Throw a blanket over it.
Yeah.
There you
A
go.
wet
Tea
tea
towel.
towel over it.
It's
Yeah.
a public service announcement.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
The more you know. I won't even touch a deep fat fryer. I saw too many traumatic health and safety videos when I was younger, and
Well, we've done fish in it since. It was very good.
fish
Ali and
consumption-
I have one, and we
There you go.
use it a lot to make like fried chicken and stuff. It's really good.
There you go.
I don't doubt it. I'm sure it's delicious.
As long as it's used correctly and safely, as I always say,
by a trained professional.
by someone who
Here's-
knows what they're doing.
Here's the thing about ours, though. It was French.
Oh, no.
And so it had the wrong plug. So I rewired the plug.
What could go wrong?
Exactly.
Did Ali give you advice not to?
No.
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 Maybe she should have.
And to much to my surprise, it was fine.
Oh, great! Exactly. I mean, admittedly, the cable now goes through the oil. But,
yeah.
but that installation is going to last for at least
Yeah.
another couple of months.
And the
It'll be
cable
fine.
was-
Wearing literally by the second. But it'll
Yeah,
be
I mean,
fine.
it doesn't have any insulation on the cable, and it runs through the sink. But other than that, it's fine. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Because I had to get all the insulation off so I could get those wires so I could make the plug fit.
Very important.
Yeah. No, it's great. You know, because normally that sort of thing in my hands is what we call a recipe for death. But it actually turned out all right. I think I
go.
surprised everyone. But
I'm actually struggling to contribute now because I've never made a bad decision in my life.
oh wow.
I don't think everything I've ever done is wrong.
Fair
Well,
enough.
there you go. That's it, really.
Yeah.
I just
Can't
thought I'd
argue with
share,
that.
share those stories with you in a context of a hate. So
I agree.
You are welcome.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's great.
I think that was almost too profound. Like we have nothing to.
I have nothing to add to it.
It was like a packaged little hate.
I'll be honest, I was hoping you would come with some examples of your own, but that's fine.
Again, I don't feel we've ever made mistakes.
I mean, I haven't. No,
that's
not
fine.
that's on the record.
No, it's fine.
Not anything anywhere near as bad as what you did.
No,
So-
nearly killing us all.
I'm trying to
I
think
mean,
of the time.
you know damn well that I've drilled into a gas pipe.
Oh,
before.
yeah.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
anyone tell you not to? That's what I'm saying.
That's the
Did
thing.
anyone say, hey, John, don't drill there?
No.
There you go.
No,
That was
and
just your own damn fault.
well, really, it's their fault for not being there.
In a way,
Yes.
To
Yeah.
tell me not to do it.
If anything, we're actually begging for this situation you find yourself in, Chris, because
Yeah.
like we have made stupid mistakes and no one's told us not to do it.
I'm just bare belligerent. I think that's my problem.
Sure.
No, I'm right. But you know,
Screw you.
sometimes I'm not right.
I generally don't have much faith in the idea that I'm ever right. Really, I'm kind of. I think that's probably. If someone said to me, "Don't do that, Nick," I'd be like, "Okay, you're probably
I
right."
know I'd go the other way.
Yeah, this is it.
I'd do it.
So
It's
maybe
like,
that's
don't press
why-
this button.
Maybe that's why I don't have any similar anecdotes.
Yeah,
Because
that's,
I'd be like-
that's fine. That's fine.
But it makes me weak, though. I'm weak.
In a way, Just-
I've learned so much about myself
like
in this,
competitive
in this
nature.
one.
He teaches us so much, doesn't he?
It's like first he grills me on my ass. That sounds strange. And I learned a lot about myself there. And now I feel like I've learned about how weak I am.
The thing is, if the two of you had together been working on chips,
yeah.
the problem here is that you doubting yourself so much and Chris Ray being so belligerent.
We'd have
is-
ordered out.
You'd all be dead. You would be dead.
I've gone, Nick, just chuck some water in there. I'm sure that's wrong. Yeah, all right, yeah, I will. Yeah.
Oh, but if Chris says it's right, I
Yeah.
must be wrong. So
Just,
yeah,
just
let's do
chuck
it.
some water in there.
I think the same situation would have happened, basically.
I do remember like trying to again. It's this weird thing where like sometimes maybe when you're in a group and you're trying to make a group decision,
Oh, yeah.
and the different personalities can actually drive you down.
A road you'd never have gone.
Yeah.
Even though
like-
you know you're right.
Well, I'm actually trying to think of. It's more when people agree with you. Like I've
Mm.
tried. I remember a scenario in which myself and yourself, Chris
Myself.
Ray, and our mutual friend Richard Holton,
The Phantom Holton, who comes up from time to time.
occasionally, have tried to open a keg.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and
I remember this story.
and again, there was nobody there to say you're doing it wrong. So really, it's on them.
for not being there.
Yeah, and the fact that
So
we
say me, for example, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew you at the time. I didn't know you at the time. It's like,
Well, it's still
We
my
were
fault.
house guests. We'd literally been in this house for the first time for what, 10 minutes?
and they said, we're popping out.
We're
Please
popping
look
out to
after
pick
the house.
Yeah.
Ah.
Don't break anything. All right.
So we tried to open a keg.
Jesus.
So we tried to open a keg, and within about 5 minutes, there's a horizontal line of beer squirting from the keg onto the opposite wall. And we're like, make it stop! Make it stop!
Chris was like, this is my time to shine. And he just opened his mouth and
I can't remember what I did. Did I
Drank
know
the
I did?
whole keg.
I can't remember.
I can't remember
You
what
could have
happened.
put anything
We're
in
still
that
here
hole.
today.
We did make it stop
So-
eventually. Probably
But
because it ran out of
you've
beer.
never been invited back.
No, literally never. Although that person now lives abroad, I believe.
I believe so.
And that's
you
probably
go.
why.
Yeah.
Because of what you did.
Yeah,
the house is still flooding.
There's still that beer stain on the wall.
The keg is still
Can't
flowing.
paint over that. There you go. You got one?
I've got hate.
Hit us.
I hate anthropomorphisize.
Anthropomorphized? Yeah,
That-
probably.
Just because you're saying all the words wrong, John, doesn't mean you're not doing a great job.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we're really supportive.
Thanks,
of
buddy.
No. Anthropomorphic.
Only if it's wet.
Anthropomorphic. But I'm trying to do the. Okay, I hate anthropomorphic food mascots.
Okay.
Okay.
As in, okay, here's a good.
Go on, give us some
okay,
examples.
okay, good. This is good. This is in the good camp.
Oh, okay. There are good
Okay,
ones.
a delicious honey-based cereal, and your mascot is a bee. say.
Okay, because that's not anthropomorphized.
No,
of course
no,
that's a
fine.
creature.
he's
Oh,
just,
I see,
he's just a
okay.
cartoon bee, and he loves honey.
The Honey
and he
Nut
loves
Loops bee?
cereal. Yeah, the Honey Nut Loops bee. Loves
Are
it.
you referring to the honey monster?
No, he's
Well,
not
who
a
the
bee.
No, but you're saying he's bad.
No. Well, no,
No,
but
he's not anthropomorphized,
No,
you
he's
see.
just a
honey
monster.
He's
Yeah.
a honey monster.
Sidebar: I was actually quite scared of a honey monster as a kid.
Yes, so was I.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't
there
you
we
be?
go.
Why wouldn't you be?
It's horrible. But
Also, like, he was furry and his cereal was very sticky. Like, that would get stuck in all the fur.
Yeah.
Big time.
yeah.
He's probably disgusting
think about
now.
these things.
Think about what he's like now.
think about how many fetishes were born.
Oh, God.
Hashtag sticky honey monster mess.
If the honey monster went
God.
bald,
Oh no.
would that affect his whole body, or would that just affect the top of his head?
If he went bald, you've got Brian Blessed.
Yeah.
That's
But
Brian
would his
Blessed.
face still be hairy?
Oh, no, everything goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would that look like?
Oh,
Brian
no.
Blessed.
But he's got a beard.
Oh, shit. Brian Blessed without a beard.
He looked like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really.
I'm
think he
imagining
looked-
just like
I think he
a
looked
really
horrible.
tiny, like almost like Snoke from Star Wars.
Oh, like a little shrivelly man inside.
Yeah.
Probably.
What, he only looks cute by virtue of having all
Yeah.
that fur.
Does he look cute in your eyes?
Well, he does now with,
Oh,
with
with
the benefit of
honey.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's terrifying at the time. Anyway,
So
to get
Loopy
back
the
on
bee.
topic, yeah, is that his name?
Loopy, yeah.
Okay,
Pretty sure.
Well, the honey monster.
No, we should. Please get on topic.
the
here.
bee.
Yeah, the bee.
The bee.
Honey Nut Loops bee.
Cheerios. No.
Honey
What
Nut
are they?
Loops.
What Cheerios? Is that a bee?
Cheerios hasn't got a mascot.
What about the Cocoa Pops?
It's a
guy?
very serious cereal.
It's just a man with a tie on the front just like, eat this.
a respectable, nutritious cereal,
Consume it at once, you bastards.
adequately priced.
It's the Cheerios man. He is without character.
Widely distributed. Okay.
For sale.
So, okay.
Honey Nut Loops
Yeah, Honey Nut
has a
Loops.
bee.
Okay, that's great. Tony the Tiger.
He's
What about the Cocoa Pops?
I mean, he doesn't make a lot of sense.
He's a monkey.
Didn't he have a gang?
That's
Yeah.
irrelevant. Please keep on
There was
topic.
a giraffe
yeah.
in the gang.
What I'm saying is not good is, okay, give me a cartoon animal selling food. I'm okay with that.
Right.
Don't respect it, but I'm okay with it. However, if that food then sprouts arms, legs, and eyes,
The food
and
itself.
goes, eat me, eat my amazing product. It's me and my family. I'm not okay with that. Case in point,
Case in point.
M&M's.
Oh.
And their adverts even make a joke about being eaten.
Their adverts are a conceptual nightmare.
How
Yes.
would?
Oh, here we go.
Because that advert with the M&Ms in it,
Yes.
he's getting with a lady.
Yeah, when they're having an affair.
How
but
would
they're
that
not-
work?
I
Well,
believe
no, I think she's eating him.
she's eating him.
Oh.
That's the joke, I think.
But wouldn't he not enjoy that?
This is the weird, like, as John says, conceptual nightmare.
This is, yeah.
We're deep in it now.
But there was another M&M advert where a couple of like young, successful 20-year-olds having a party, and one guy goes to get some snacks from the cupboard,
Sure.
and he has an empty bowl, and he opens the cupboard, and inside the cupboard is the M&M man.
There's red and yellow, isn't there? That's what I think
Yeah.
they're called, red and yellow. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, so red is in there.
Red is in the cupboard,
Ironically, red is the yellow one.
It's really hard to follow.
and red, the sardonic,
Mm.
disrespectful sweet,
Yes. Yes, that's right, because yellow's the dumb one.
goes and just looks at him, and they just lock eyes for a minute, and this guy goes, "Get in the bowl."
He says that.
That's the advert.
That's weird.
Like he's eyeballing him.
Because also that's one massive M&M as well.
Yeah. You have a sentient chocolate man living in your cupboard who you've maybe kept prisoner.
Yeah.
And then when your friends come round, you go, "Oh, better get some snacks out." And then
You ask this sentient chocolate man,
who is staring at you with a lack of respect.
and also has just been hanging out in your cupboard
Yeah,
up
yeah.
until now. So he's been quite accepting of the fact that he is food.
Yeah. And based on the rich mythology of M&Ms, like red does not suffer fools.
He
Like,
doesn't,
no,
does he? He doesn't.
No, he's a belligerent, surly sweet at
Yeah.
best.
Likeable.
And yet he's quite casually just hanging out in this guy's cupboard. And he just goes,
Get in the bowl.
"Get in the bowl." And it ends on a cliffhanger, literally with the two of them kind of just like eyeballing each other.
And we don't know whether he does get
it's
into that bowl.
nightmarish.
Would you not go to the papers? You'd be like, "Hey, is that the Mirror?
Hi.
Hi, the Mirror. It's, his name's not important. I found
Mr. Mirror, probably.
Yeah, whatever. I found a talking M&M who's like big as well.
Yeah.
If I found a big M&M, even forget the fact he talks, I'd probably go to the newspaper.
No. If you found a big M&M with flesh-coloured arms and gloves,
And gloves and boots.
Yeah.
regardless of whether it's alive or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, this is probably newsworthy.
I think what's weirder as well is that the kid who goes to the cupboard isn't surprised to see Red
Yeah.
there.
No, he knows he's
Like,
there.
that's what he bought from the supermarket, was a sentient living chocolate man. He brought that back to his home and put it in the cupboard.
Or does the chocolate man just visit you occasionally? And
Like the
then-
Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, then you have to deal with that problem.
In fact, they are mortal enemies with the Tooth Fairy,
Yeah.
for obvious reasons.
It's like if the Tooth Fairy turned up, but like stayed for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
It'd be like,
could you
oh,
fuck
for
off?
fuck's sake.
Yeah, it'd be like, yes, exactly. Like, oh, the magic. Oh, the Tooth
Yeah.
Fairy's here. And then he's like, yeah, I need a place to crash. And then the
Things
next,
are going badly.
yeah, and he's just living on your
Dentists
couch for
are
like
so good these days.
I think the Tooth Fairy would be a horrible house guest.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Well, it's played by
Just
Vin
be looking
Diesel,
at your
isn't it?
teeth all the time going, oh,
Oh,
that's a bit loose.
Watch out for that. It's a bit of plaque there, isn't
Look
it?
at that. That's,
Like you wake up in the middle of the
I've got
night
a
and they're
shiny
like,
coin
she's on top of
here.
you, like wobbling your incisors.
I've
Yeah.
got a shiny 50p piece if you pull that tooth out.
Fuck off, Betty.
I've tied some string to the door handle. Come
Jesus
on.
Christ. These are dentures, Betty.
Yeah, she'd be a horrible house guest.
I have a further issue with the M&M lore, mythology.
Yeah.
The green one.
Here we go. I was going to bring this
Oh.
up. Yeah.
She wears fishnets and heels.
Does she wear fishnets?
I'm pretty sure she does. That could be my fetish.
Okay, everyone,
I'm gonna
everyone
look that
Google.
up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
everyone
look that up
Google.
while
Yeah.
we're talking.
She
I've
has.
got airplane mode on.
She's
so.
green.
She's green. She's got lips.
The white gloves.
She does still have the white gloves.
She has big eyelashes, so you know she's a lady.
That's how they do it in
Oh
cartoons.
my
Yeah.
lord.
Here we
Does she
go.
have fishnets on?
There's one where she's got high-heeled boots.
I
on.
knew she had high heels on. Oh, are they boots?
They're
Right.
boots.
Does she
yeah.
have flesh-coloured legs?
She does.
Oh.
But there's one here. She's like unzipping the. Look at this.
No, I believe
She's
that's.
unzipping the green.
Oh,
You can see the chocolate on the
no,
inside.
I was
Yeah.
worried that
It's
was
very
like fan art. That looks
No.
official.
That looks official,
It's
sadly.
very disturbing.
I added the fishnets because I guess I have a problem. But either way, she is somewhat sexualized.
Yes.
Yes, I would say
There is. I remember another M&M's advert where it's like a swanky dinner party,
Okay.
and the camera looks up like a staircase, and a lady is entering the party.
A human woman.
A human woman.
Okay, good.
But she's walking down the stairs, and and you don't see her face. It's like very like.
Is this an M&M advert?
Yeah,
Is
well,
it?
spoilers, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's very mysterious.
I've ruined that, haven't I?
and she walks down the stairs, and as she walks, you realise she's wearing a green skirt, and the camera pans up, and she's wearing white gloves. And she gets to the bottom, she looks very glamorous. And then as she's walking down the stairs, she passes the green M&M
Girl.
walking the other way.
the girl M&M.
Yeah, it goes and makes some comment about how she stole her look or something like that.
But we don't see the human woman's face.
No, you do at the end.
Oh, you do, right.
But it's like, oh, look at this glamorous woman wearing like a green dress and white gloves.
So-
and then the real glamorous woman, the chocolate woman, walks by.
The chocolate spherical woman.
Yeah.
But maybe this woman had the dress and the gloves already.
Again, I can't even begin to crack the mystery of what was going. Because again, it's not arguably this advert is not selling chocolate at this point.
No, it's selling fashion.
But that's the power of a brand, isn't it? If you draw a circle and put an M on it, You know what I'm talking about.
But
I do know.
Are we saying at this point that M&Ms as a global property are drunk with power?
Yes.
And have lost track of what it is they're actually doing.
Because
They've
they're
lost sight of what they are.
Because you mentioned mythology. I think mythology is the right word. Their adverts have an established lore,
Yeah.
but there's no plot or sense or anything to
They
it.
have like M&M stores. Like you go to London and there's the
Yeah.
M&M store. Like in where is it? It's like near Chinatown,
It's
isn't
off
it? Like,
Leicester Square.
that's it.
I
Yeah, off
believe,
Leicester
yeah.
Square, and it's this colossal 2-story centre. It's just like a mecca to the
How
brand.
much space do you need to sell a fucking M&M?
And downstairs, in the downstairs section,
Makes
'cause
me
I've-
so angry.
I've been in there a few times. They've got the. They've
He's
got
back
the,
again.
I'm just looking at the fish nets.
licking the windows.
Yeah. It's the green M&M here.
Is she here? You said she'd be here this time.
I bought flowers.
It's like maybe
It's my girlfriend, the green M&M here.
maybe a 30th of the floor's square meterage is for sale of the chocolate treat.
Okay.
What else is there?
Yeah.
Merchandise.
Where do we go from there?
Clothes. There's a whole section to the store that is clothes,
Oh,
clothing,
so sorry,
t-shirts,
but-
jackets, shoes, trainers,
If you're
scarves.
if you purchased and wore an M&M t-shirt,
But like their gimmick is, what colour are you? So there's all these scarves. There's like a green scarf, a red scarf, a
Not
yellow
that
scarf,
many
a
colours.
blue scarf. There
Are
actually are quite a
M&Ms
lot.
more popular than most other chocolate bars, though?
What? This is the thing. I'm not sure.
This is a bigger question.
you don't get
we're
like
getting into.
you don't get a curly whirly world, do you?
No.
Or like Mars World. Maybe there is one. I
There's a
don't know.
Cadbury,
There is a planet.
Cad-
there is
Cad-
obviously a planet called Mars. I'm
but
aware of
Cadbury
that.
doesn't profess
you
to
write
have
in.
like characters and a mythology and a space
Apart
in
from
which you can
apart
play.
from Fredo,
Oh, and that sexy
But
caramel
he,
bunny.
Fredo got too big for his boots.
he's
because
back.
He's back. He's got a
Well,
quest.
he is because he wanted. He went. He went
here we
went
go.
chasing the money, Fredo. I'm pointing. I'm gesticulating
Wildly at
now.
no one, really.
They were 10p Freddos, and they went up to like 45p.
This
by
is
the end.
hot
And
bullshit.
that's why he's not around anymore.
But he's
'Cause
back.
He's
No.
back now.
And I bet he's 10p again.
But he's got
I don't-
he
I
got-
think he's like
he
150
got,
now.
He got too big.
Well, they are quite
he's
big.
back. He's back on a mission.
I,
isn't it?
I bet
Yeah.
he's 10p again.
It's now Fredo and the quest for the
Golden
key.
key. Yeah.
Key? I thought it was like something stupid, like hop, like the
maybe
golden
it is
hop.
maybe something
Because
shit
he's
like
a
that.
frog.
Oh, I get it. What's a
Okay.
golden hop?
I don't know.
Fredo
Frogs jump, rabbits
Fredo.
hop. But-
is everything that is wrong with capitalism.
Wow.
There, I
that's
said it.
Huge.
Wow.
I don't know what it means, but I said it.
Nobody knows what it means.
Noted industrialist Fredo.
But it's provocative.
An additional worrying thing about the M&Ms
Back here.
is that now you, Chris Ray,
Thank you.
just found a very seductive image on Google
I did.
of
She was
the
unzipping.
green M&M unzipping a hard enamel shell to reveal
I think it's enamel.
chocolate underneath.
Yeah.
So there's a brown
I can only assume it was chocolate. Yeah.
there's a brown ambulant sentient disc of chocolate underneath with her face on.
Which means the colour is clothing.
Yes.
That also means I know what you're going to say.
Follow it through.
Go on,
to its
are
lo-
you
no,
gonna
no,
finish
finish
this?
it. No, to its logical
Well,
conclusion.
if her eyes and her mouth are appearing when she's green,
Yes.
why when she unzips are her eyes and mouth still appearing? That was it, wasn't it?
Because no, what I was going to say is how deep does the rabbit hole go? Because if she's wearing a green outer layer, which she sheds to reveal chocolate with a face on it,
Yeah.
why does she also have flesh-coloured arms? If she if she unpeeled for chocolate,
But why
what-
does she have eyes on the outside of her shell and on the inside of
maybe
her shell?
her shell has holes which perfectly align with
Oh,
her mouth and eyes.
Like a Halloween ghost outfit.
Yeah.
All right, John, I'll buy it.
Okay. My worry is that if she shed her chocolate layer, what godless horror
Maybe she's a
awaits?
peanut
Organs.
M&M.
There are organs in it. Pizza?
Peanut.
Oh, right.
Did I say pizza?
But that's
Thought
yellow.
you did.
Yellow's a peanut.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he's a different shape.
Yeah, he's a different shape.
that
yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
But there's... So hang on there. What are the flavours of M&M's?
You got
Crispy?
classic chocolate,
Classic chocolate.
peanut.
there's more than two.
There's like a biscuity one. There's like a
There's
crispy one.
there's a crunchy one,
Yeah.
and then
What's
there's
the green one supposed to be then?
no, just a regular one,
Fair.
but green.
Sorry. I'm trying to
Oh.
Google M&M characters, but I'm not getting anywhere.
Did they ever expand the
That's what I was
mythology
wondering. 'cause
beyond red
whether
and
there's
yellow?
whether there's just the three of them.
What about blue? No one talks about blue.
What colour M&Ms are there? I prefer Skittles.
Smarties.
Yeah.
I say Smarties. I would.
I do really like an M&M.
No, well,
No, you're
no.
wrong.
Well, yeah.
I don't like Nestle chocolate.
I would march.
I said it.
I'd march into hell and back for a Smartie, but
Oh, there are loads of them.
What? There's a whole family.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So look, there's blue and brown
Oh my.
and orange.
Okay.
Orange looks like he has anxiety.
okay.
Blue looks like he's like smooth and cool. And brown looks like another lady,
Okay.
but with glasses.
Is yellow the only peanut?
No, blue looks like he's a peanut.
Okay. Well, how does he stand out then? How does he differentiate himself?
Blue,
Yeah.
he looks cool.
Yeah, I know, but he's still a peanut.
He's cool though. He's fucking
He
cool.
can't taste cool.
Well, yeah.
Cool's not going to give me the sugar hit I need after a busy day at the
Which M&M character are
rec
you?
centre.
What is the point of a brown M&M?
Yeah, why skin it? Is that not
Why
just
skin it?
Yeah, is that not just a naked, like?
This
Miss
is
Brown. She's called Miss Brown.
this has opened a huge can of worms.
Wait, so red is called red.
Hold on.
Yellow's called yellow. What's
Uh,
green called? Is she just called green, or is she like Miss Green?
She's probably Mrs. or
Ms.
Miss
Green.
Ms. Green.
Miss
yeah.
Green.
like Miss
yeah.
Pac-Man.
I'm not doing very well with the search, if I'm honest. Like, the internet is letting me down.
Just
Oh, here we go. Yeah, just called yellow, blue, green, orange, and Miss Brown. That's weird.
and Miss Brown. So where's blue? Blue doesn't make the roster.
Yeah, blue. Yeah. Yellow, blue, green, orange. Oh, no, where's red? Here we go. Hold on. Hang on. Just hold this thought.
Regs,
Talk amongst yourselves. M&M's characters.
Right.
the M&M cinematic.
Two
universe,
talking
yeah.
anthropomorphic M&M characters, one plain and one peanut, diving into a swimming pool full of chocolate was how it all began.
What you're describing is my greatest.
Oh my god,
erotic
Yellow is voiced by
fantasy.
J.K. Simmons.
Yes, I did know that actually. Yeah, he's been doing that for years.
I'm gonna do the quiz with you now, John. So
Please.
I'm gonna ask you the questions.
Perfect.
Ready?
So which M&M are you?
Red. Sorry,
Is
no,
the correct answer.
Oh right. Okay, sorry, no.
I mean, this for a starting question. For what let's remember are little pieces of chocolate is quite deep.
Okay.
Blue is an almond, by the way.
Is it almond?
Yeah,
They do almonds.
apparently.
Okay.
Almond.
Okay.
Almond.
Okay. I'm ready.
Thinking about the future makes you feel
Red.
hopeful or excited. Red, yeah. Nervous or anxious? Neither. I'm just taking each day as it comes.
Jesus.
Anxious. Let's go anxious.
Nervous or anxious? Right.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, so am I.
What's your favourite kind of M&M? I mean, fucking hell.
Really?
It's original / milk chocolate, peanut, crispy, pretzel, or peanut butter?
Peanut.
Peanut. Okay. You didn't sound convinced.
I had to think
So
about
there's
it.
peanut and peanut butter, is there?
Apparently so.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
that sounds
Your
weird.
friend, oh my god, your friend forgets a bag of M&Ms at your house.
Idiot.
And knife them.
What do yeah. Right, next question.
I take a finger.
You save it until I see them again, eat it and pay them back, eat it and don't say anything, throw them away. Throw them away.
Who left this godless mess in my house? No, I eat them and I don't tell them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's M&M. It's
That's
fair
fine.
game.
You're
That's
damn
fine.
right.
It's fair game. I need
That's
more
what I
sugar.
do.
When it comes to your place in life, you'd rather, bloody hell, remain true to myself, change and grow as a person.
See, look, he's teaching you about yourself again. Chris is really on it today.
I'm like, thank you.
Uh,
I'm just reading the
I
questions.
don't know.
Yeah, but-
The first one. I don't know.
Remain true to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good way to be,
that's a
John.
great way to be.
How do you eat your M&Ms? A fist at a time.
a funnel into
One
my
at,
eyes?
Yeah, actually, that is one of the answers. One at a time, a few at a time, by the handful.
I just can't get enough of those
Yeah.
sugary gems.
Handful.
Handful.
By
Yeah.
those enamel bastards. It's Saturday night.
No, it's not.
Woo! What would you rather be doing? All dressed up and on
Eating-
the town,
eating
eating
M&Ms.
M&Ms, yeah. Enjoying a relaxing evening with close friends or family, pursuing one of my hobbies or passions.
No, he doesn't have any of those.
My hobby and passion are eating M&Ms. I'm going with a
Pursuing one
yeah.
of my hobbies or passions.
Yeah.
Very good.
How many questions are there?
There's 4 more.
Oh,
good
God.
God.
What's your favourite kind of chocolate? And don't say M&Ms. Semi-sweet
Cadbury's.
dark chocolate.
What?
Rich white chocolate.
This isn't a wine.
just plain old milk
Is
chocolate.
this written by a serial killer? What's going
Yes.
A regular, old-fashioned, like
Old fashioned,
Milk.
like Mama used to make.
like my grandparents died in the war for. I
To
don't know.
protect.
Yeah.
What do you do when you see a bowl of candies sitting out on a desk or coffee table? I'm not touching those. Maybe have 1 or 2, especially if someone offers. Eat as many as I can without seeming rude. Fill my mouth and or pockets.
I fill my mouth.
And pockets.
And pockets.
Yeah, I guinea pig it.
That's what pockets are for, isn't
Fill
it?
my mouth and or
Just
pockets.
other people's candy.
When it comes to people,
Oh, there's more.
it's what's on the blank that's most important?
Surface.
M&M's is the correct answer. Inside, I judge people on their personality. Outside, I judge people on their looks.
Is that it? Is that
That's
the only
that's
option?
the only
options.
options.
Those are the options.
But
It's got to be outside.
it's
Well,
got to be
inside-
it's got to be outside.
Outside, so you're
Don't put words in my mouth. It's
predominantly
outside.
on looks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I choose my M&Ms.
Which best describes your circle of friends?
Red, green, blue.
Yeah, blue. It's a
An
small
anamorphic
group.
group of sweets.
It's a small group, but we're very close.
Wow.
It's a big group where everyone knows everyone.
It's a small group, but we're very
Small, very
close.
Very close. Like this podcast.
Yeah, M&M's is about family. Really.
Is it?
It's about
I don't know what it's
Yeah,
about, to be
yeah.
honest.
Click to get your result.
Here we go.
All right.
I bet it'll be
I
sent to
will.
your email. or something.
Analysing responses.
That's not hard.
The
surely.
M&M.
You are the brown
I'm
M&M.
the brown M&M.
The new one, Miss
The
Brown.
You're Miss Brown. And it says here, you're down to earth and not afraid to be yourself. You don't need any fancy paint job. Oh,
What?
fancy paint job, because she's brown.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You are who you are. Melt in your mouth, delicious.
So are they saying then that Miss Brown doesn't have a colour? She is literally raw
But then
chocolate
how would they draw the M on her?
She's wearing a shell.
of more chocolate,
Yeah.
enamel chocolate.
Of that sweet, sugary enamel.
I'm not sure about this.
I should have said M&M's.
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it pretty much has turned into that.
Yeah.
It is weird how green isn't Miss Green, but brown.
What
is
I was
Miss
trying to
Brown.
say is I don't like the idea of a food talking to me, telling me how much
That was
I
your
will
point.
enjoy eating that food. But it did kind of get derailed, rightly so, by
Yeah,
the
I
definitely
think so.
rightly so.
I think
the
so.
sacrilege of M&M's.
Yeah. Good.
I feel
Well,
dirty.
I think we've got to that point now.
I mean, yeah.
I do have one listener hate for us, if we'd like to consider it.
Oh yeah,
Please,
whack
yeah.
it on the desk. Let's
From
have a look
Liz
at it.
Thatcher.
Oh, that's a pretty
Very
name.
pretty name,
friend,
isn't it?
friend of the show.
Very pretty name. I hate the presumption that I need a straw.
For anything.
She wails. Sometimes I like a straw, and I would hate for them to completely disappear, but I don't need a straw, so save the planet by not assuming. Paper straws can go to hell.
Oh.
And people who think I need 2 straws are pure evil. I disagree that I don't like paper straws.
You do like paper.
I don't like
paper
So you do agree
I do agree.
But
With
you-
who?
with Liz?
With Liz.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you said disagree. Which
Oh,
is
no,
very
I-
confusing.
You agree.
I can see how that would be confusing. I agree.
I hate
don't-
paper straws as well.
I
They're
hate
shit.
paper straws.
I think we
Yeah.
should just do away with straws. Who the fuck needs straws? I mean, I know
Sure.
Liz says she likes a straw every now and then.
Just bring a toilet roll from home.
The context of this is we went to the
One gulp.
Ivy on Sunday,
Oh, I see.
and we both had an orange juice.
Oh, a
I
jus
see,
d'orange.
yeah.
and they
Jus
both came.
d'orange.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah.
That's
And they
mango.
both came with straws in them, and I nearly poked myself in the eye with it.
Well, because you couldn't see it.
I got confused.
You're straw blind.
Yeah, I got, and yeah, she says, I don't like straws. I was like, oh, you should put that on the group. She went, I will.
And then she did.
And she did, and now I'm free to read it out.
And
So
here
it's
we
come
are.
Full circle.
Here we
isn't
are
it?
at
Yeah,
the
it's,
present day.
it's magical, yeah.
Here we are, just sitting here having a nice time.
Yeah.
Some people use metal straws.
What?
Reusable
Would that
metal
not
straws.
cut
Is that
your
true?
lip?
Is that actually true?
Yeah, it's true.
I feel like that would cut
Yeah,
my mouth.
Metal,
Yeah.
like,
A metal
so you have that in your pocket at all times,
old times.
full of lint.
No, you never know when there's going to be a flash flood. And you need to
That's why I don't
yeah.
bend my knee. I just
Yeah.
walk around with a metal straw.
You never know when you might like destroy a keg and need to just suck up
Yeah.
some of that
Actually,
beer.
that would've
here's
been good,
here's a
actually.
factoid for you.
Oh God.
Maybe I've said it on the air before. Who knows? I had a whiskey a couple of months ago called Copper Dog.
Sure.
Don't think you have said this.
And a copper dog, as it happens, was a name for a long copper straw
Right.
that men would keep down their trouser leg while working in the distillery. So when no one was looking,
They do a little sippy sippy.
they'd whip out the straw and have a little
little
sippy
dram.
sip. Yeah.
Delicious.
So that solves the problem. Let's all go back to having like a
get copper
long
dogs.
a length of copper piping in our trouser leg.
Well, I already have one of those.
There are plastic straws that are recyclable now, though.
Okay.
I don't think paper straws are very good because they go all mushy and horrible.
Whenever I get served a drink with a straw in it, I take the straw out, put it on the side, drink,
that-
drink
yeah,
like
I
a
do.
super
Spit it
being.
back. You
do.
spit it back in the waiter's face.
Yeah. I eat the straw in front of him.
Well, I just associate straws with children
Yeah.
having straws.
It's like my
I don't
juice
need.
box.
I'm an adult.
I like a straw.
Even if I get a
Why?
Capri Sun, right? If I get
feel
a Capri
special.
Sun, if I get a Capri Sun straw, pull it off the back of the Capri Sun, throw it in the
Throw it
garbage.
on the floor and you
then I
just-
get my compass out of my pair of compasses, jab it into it, rip open a gash, and then just squirt it like spinach
Yeah.
style, like
Whatever-
Popeye into my mouth.
Whatever
One
sticks,
shot.
whatever sticks, whatever doesn't.
You just
I
gotta-
clean up later.
You just kind of flash dance it like I like.
Yeah,
pour
just
it.
like 4% goes in my mouth.
Hey, if you can think of a better way of enjoying a Capri Sun, I'd love to hear it.
Exactly. I dare you, Capri-Sun, to sponsor us. I dare you.
That'd be good.
Cowards.
Just any company I've ever heard of sponsoring us would be great.
That'd be
wouldn't it?
swell.
Like that I've heard of before they email us.
I think
Like Muller yogurt.
Yeah, to pick someone out of the blue.
I love a Muller
or
yogurt.
Nintendo. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
I feel we've given enough time to M&M's. And they're hurting for
We have been
cash.
slagging off their whole.
This is the
mythos,
problem with
though.
our show, I think, from a fundamental perspective, with regards to advertisers, is our show is about hating things predominantly. Which is why Marmite would be such a good show. Such a good
Marmite, call us.
Well,
Yeah.
come on, get on it.
That would be
Marmite.
good.
We'll
If
help
you're
you out.
listening, CEO of Marmite.
I mean, they need the promotion.
Mark
to be
might.
fair, don't they? They need. There's literally dozens of listeners that we get
They could
to
do with
promote
them.
their brand.
Yeah, they could do with them.
Yeah.
God help me, it's horrible though.
Oh, I don't like Marmite.
No, it's vile.
Goodness me, no.
Go on.
It smells awful.
Go on, Nick. Save a weird thing you're about to say about Marmite.
I didn't have anything to say about Marmite. I was going to move on to my love.
Oh,
Well,
But,
where do
okay.
you stand on Marmite?
we were mid conversation.
Where do I stand on Marmite?
Yeah.
I like it, yeah.
There we go. He said it.
You can't stand on Marmite.
Delicious.
Don't even try.
I think you probably could stand on Marmite.
Or if it was in the pot.
What?
If it was still in the
Oh,
pot,
in
you
the
could
pot.
stand on the
I
pot.
thought you said pop. I was like, in the pop?
Why can't anyone understand what I'm saying?
You're saying different things to what you mean.
You keep talking through a mouthful of Marmite, you animal.
You've been sat there coating your fist with Marmite for this whole show, and now it's just in your gob.
It's the most intensely erotic thing I've ever seen.
It's my routine for the show.
You paint your fist in Marmite, and then you draw a little white M on it, and then you start kissing it.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's really
Sure.
weird. Sure. I've got a love.
Please.
I love the idea
Oh no.
Here we go.
of summoning demons.
Come with me on a journey.
Right.
Sorry.
So in fiction,
What, in everyday life?
yeah, you know, like, oh shit, I need a demon to help me with this. I don't know. Corey at school doesn't love me. I need to get a love demon in to like help me love Corey. Right, help Corey realize how great I am.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
At high school.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So I
just-
draw a pentagram in cat face blood
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yeah.
And summon this demon. That's how it always works in fiction, right?
Foolproof.
Yeah, you draw a circle of some shit, you say some words out of a magic book, bam, demon appears.
Yeah.
What was he doing before this?
Waiting in a cupboard.
Exactly.
Pops up, it's a sardonic little red disc.
So now we know the
Yeah.
M&Ms are demons that have been summoned against their will
What
to
it-
our
well,
plane.
to be
From
fair-
the chocolate plane.
To be fair, they've been in the human world for a long time. You know, back in the 15th century, that was enough to command respect. And now they're like, oh my God, science moved on. Where do we go from
What
here?
do we do?
We've got to get in on the sugar
Got to
business.
diversify our portfolios. We've just yeah, we've got to build a empire.
In this context, though, are you referring to a demon as some kind of horrible monster from beyond, or an ambivalent helper spirit?
Well, this is the thing: is that sometimes they seem to be summoned by bad people to do bad things.
Yes.
And in that context in the story, they're usually bad. They're usually
Yeah.
evil creatures that once summoned, you lose control of them. The idea is always in the story that I'll control the Satan that I
Yeah,
summoned.
oh, yeah.
But then he turns out to run rampage and kill everyone.
Yeah.
But then there is also, like, I think Buffy does it a few times, and some other shows have done it, or stories have done it, where it's like you can summon these creatures from this other realm. You summon them, and they help you.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy does it in the game Final Fantasy,
Yes.
where
Are you suggesting I wouldn't have heard of it?
yes.
You're correct.
You summon a creature from another world, and it just helps you out. Like mid-battle, you're
Yeah.
fighting, and you're like, "Oh no, I'm losing this battle." I know. I'll summon a hell demon, who's a buddy hell demon, as it turns out.
He's a cool dude.
And he'll just do a
Chill.
blast of flame. He'll take care of my enemies. Somehow he'll know who the enemy is, with no context whatsoever. And then he'll just fuck off back home again. And I'm just thinking, like, what were they up to before? And imagine if this went the other way. That's not. I just think it's funny. I think it's a funny little thing we've come up with here. The idea that you can summon demons.
It's a funny little thing.
I just think we're having a good time on this show. You know,
I
we're
just
just
think
having-
everyone's having a nice time.
It's just
and
great.
and we should carry on for as long as we can.
It's just a fun observance, isn't it?
I think
Wouldn't it be good if you just go, "Hey, where's my demon?
Yeah.
Hey, take
You know
care
what,
of him."
You know what the best kind of comedy is? Where you just throw a light on something kind of weird.
What's the deal?
What's the deal with
What's the
summoning
deal
demons?
with summoning demons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
and airplane food.
And airplane demons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Why has
can't-
it got to be a demon?
Yeah.
Why can't it be an angel?
Maybe demon is just a
Well, here's
word
the-
for something
you make
we
a very
don't
good point.
understand.
Or why can't it
Who
be
the
a
fuck
genie?
summoned an angel?
Yeah.
I guess you can summon genies by rubbing their lamps.
Nah.
Mm,
Yeah.
euphemism.
There was a good sketch on Mitchell and Webb, look, about a guy who rides a BMX.
Oh, with
It's,
that
it's called
Angel
Angel
Summoner.
Summoner and BMX Bandit. And every time they used to fight crimes, and the guy was like, right, I'll go in on my BMX, pop a wheelie, distract the main guy, and then you bring the police in. Or we could just summon a horde of angels to take care of it for us. Yeah, I suppose so. All right then. Yeah.
That was very good. I guess you could summon angels in that context.
Yeah.
I eat my hat.
Okay.
I won't do it on air. No one wants to hear that. John's thinking.
I'm still thinking about the
M&Ms.
It's like in my head, I've got those numbers kind of like floating through the air.
Matrix style.
I'm trying to tie M&Ms back into demons, and
I think you did it very well.
It makes more sense than I can
with
possibly.
That joke that you said about them being summoned into a cupboard. That was a very good joke
I
you
wasn't
made earlier.
joking.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah. I like summoning demons.
I like it.
I think
That's
it's
why it's a
fun.
love. I
Yeah.
think it's a great idea. I just think it's funny to think that they may have been doing their own thing. Or is time a little bit different over there? I don't know.
No, D&D,
D&D,
Dungeons and Dragons
as they call it.
would teach you that a devil is something that you make a deal with. A demon is
It's a
not.
monster.
Yes, a demon is more chaotic.
Yes. And there are a plane, the plane that they all live in, which adds more credence to my silly comedy observance, which is that if they have a place they live, that they hang out and they do day to day, like they do their admin, they get up, their alarm goes off, their cat's face explodes. If they have that day to day life and then suddenly midway through their breakfast, they get a call.
Do you think they get any warning, or is it instantaneous?
Well, it would seem instantaneous from this side, wouldn't it? It's like you do the ritual and bam, the demon's there straight away. But again, if time's different.
Because I'd be thinking, if I was the demon, I was kind of like chilling. It's like in your little demon abode.
In a hammock.
Little bowl of M&Ms. No, it's fine.
Just the red ones.
Yeah, just the red ones. Yeah, we're all screaming. Yeah,
Melting.
And then I'd like a little light to flash.
Bing, bing, bing.
So obviously your 5-minute warning, and we're like, okay, and you stand up, zhuzh yourself,
put your tie on.
zhuzh yourself up a bit, make yourself look fearsome.
Put some gel in your hair.
Stare in the mirror, going like, "Ooh, yeah,
got it.
Oh, yeah," and then suddenly you're there.
But that suggests that every demon is expected to be summoned when summoned. Like, what if a demon doesn't want to do it?
You might as well just get like an Uber. If you're going to wait that long for a demon,
To the material
just get like an Uber somewhere else.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with a bully.
away
Just,
from the fight.
I want to get an Uber. I'll get out of here.
I've got two options here. I can either draw a pentagram in blood on the floor and summon a demon, or I
Yeah.
could get an Uber and go home.
Yeah.
And that's the two options.
Yeah,
Really.
one of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure they both sort of similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a great thing in the Discworld books by Terry Pratchett where they have the I'm going to say it wrong, but it's like the rites of it's like Ashkenenth or something like that.
Okay.
And it's like basically it's a ritual you can do to summon death.
Sure.
Because Death in the Discord books is a character.
He's
He's arguably the greatest character in the books. He's brilliant. And in the early books, they talk about how it requires 8 really powerful wizards and all these things. And then they actually reveal that you don't need any of that. You need a tiny bit of mouse blood and a candle. Anyone can do it. It's super easy. And then you can trap Death in a circle, and he'll have to answer questions and stuff like that.
Okay.
And in one of the early books, there's a bit where all these wizards summon Death to get an answer from him. And they don't get the answer they kind of want. But then, all these wizards who are all very old men with long beards, Death starts looking at one thoughtfully, and he gets really paranoid about it.
But how does Death feel about this being summoned, malarkey?
I find it very annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
incredibly annoying.
Yeah. See, there you
And
go.
actually, there is in one of the books, Mort, which is a very good book, where Death takes an apprentice while he goes on holiday.
Oh, nice.
There's a bit where, briefly, when someone tries to do the rite gets confused and he can't work out who to summon, whether to summon Death or his apprentice, Mort.
There you go. See?
Good books. Go read them.
Yeah.
Go read them.
Someone's thought about it before I have, clearly.
Yeah.
They're very, very funny.
I believe you.
I'm going to tell them that.
Oh, here we go. John's got another one.
There's a funny bit in one of the early books where Rincewind, who was an early protagonist in the series,
Ringer.
he's
old Ring.
an awful wizard, but he's just a wizard. There's a bit where, in an early scene in the early books, he's fleeing a burning building, and all wizards can see the mysterious. They can see Death and everything like that. As he's leaving this burning building, he passes Death going the other way, and Death goes, "Hang on a minute, you're meant to be in Aegea tonight." He goes, "No, I'm not." He goes, "Oh, you sure? I could lend you a very quick horse." It's like, no, it's fine. No need.
Very good.
Well, demons, good fun.
Cool, right.
I've got a love.
Go on.
Oh,
Twitter is an awful place.
yes.
Awful.
You love that.
I just got out
Yeah.
I just got
I've
out.
been
there.
out. I've been out for a while now as well.
I've been trying to limit my use of it, and I don't like the word troll because I think it's a word that too many people use to justify people disagreeing with them. Anyway,
Oh, sure, and that makes sense. Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. However, I like taking people down,
Okay.
and I'm going to give you an example of when I did that just this week.
Oh, this will be great. I can't wait.
As I mentioned earlier, I support Gillingham Football Club.
You do.
And I was at a game earlier this week on Tuesday, which was in Bristol, which isn't actually too far from us. Gillingham's in Kent, which is the other side of the country, and Bristol is just down the road.
Sure.
So the club tweeted the other day, "Oh, safe journey to everyone travelling to Bristol for tonight. Thanks for your support." And my mum tweeted the club saying, "Oh, there are some local fans," and she tagged me in it. Just to point it out, no, nothing malicious in that. And someone who I don't know,
Here we
called
go.
Jonesy,
Jonesy.
to his friends, told Jonesy, tweeted my mum, and it had me tagged in it, remember, said, "You are like 86 years old, and your profile picture is of you and the goalkeeper. How old are you again? Get a life." What's
Okay.
that? To my mum.
I mean, fuck off, firstly. But secondly, what does that tweet even mean?
What does it even mean?
Yeah.
So
Jonesy.
So I thought, right, I'm going to have him.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So I thought, what is the right level of threat that won't get me arrested?
That was your first thought.
And I was ready. I had everything I thought. Every scenario.
Well, you had your coat on. It was like,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, I was ready to
Chris,
go.
come back.
I was ready.
You know Twitter. I mean,
I-
you've been here for a while.
And I had my Jill's friends backing me up on Twitter. We ambushed him. Oh my good God. This is the one I sent. "I wouldn't mind DMing you in response to this, Jonesy." And I put it in inverted commas. "Please follow me back." And I followed him at precisely that moment. Now, Jonesy, I've not heard from him yet. And he's deleted the tweet. I loved taking him down. It made me feel like a big man.
So what you're saying is you're menacing virtual. Let's step outside.
Let's have a word, Jonesy.
Yeah, let's step into the
And I was
DMs.
ready. I had my little strongly worded letter up in my head.
Oh,
yeah.
I was ready to go. But
Smash
he's
it.
clearly just some kid. And imagine being that kid who wants a reaction that badly that you just tweet a random person's mum.
Well, I mean, everyone is someone's mom.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
My mum didn't even say anything provocative.
Yeah.
She went, "Oh, and the local fans." You goalkeeper. Oh,
86.
It
I'm
is.
like, what?
It is weird how like the changing landscape of Twitter has. It's like there were times when like a very comedic takedown was really funny, and everyone would kind of like wash their hands and walk away from it. And now like which is why like I've stepped away because like you can never get the last word.
No.
in.
No.
But I do remember like there was one from a few years back where there was like some news reports saying like someone famous has been found dead, and it said something like oh so and so was found found unresponsive and was declared dead on the scene, and someone had commented and go like, "Oh, the poor thing. I hope he's okay." And someone commented and goes, "He's not, Gladys. He's fucking dead."
He's dead.
And they go and she goes, "There's no need to swear." He goes, "I'm sorry, Gladys, but I think we can both agree that was a fucking stupid thing to say."
But that was the glory days of
That was
Twitter.
a simpler age of Twitter.
Yeah,
where
that was
everyone
a
could-
beautiful, beautiful time.
Everyone went, fair
Twitter
play.
is just a cesspit now.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I took that as a little win, and my mum was grateful that I waded in.
Yeah, well done.
So I was pleased.
Defended her honour.
Exactly.
Bravo.
Thank you.
My good friend Andrew Galvin, friend of the show as well,
friend of the show.
who also has a podcast, but that's not what this is about. He was on The Chase recently.
Oh, I saw
the
that,
game
yeah.
show, yeah, and he didn't win. He did pretty well in like the cash builder bit, but then when it came to the chase bit, the chaser got him, as they have a habit of doing. And then he went to Twitter to see what people were saying about the episode,
no.
and people tweet along with game shows, which to me in and of itself is completely mind blowing. So there's a hashtag, and of course the chase has like hashtag the chase like in every ad break and whatever. So they want people to do this, but I don't think they really realise that all these people give a shit about is just taking the piss out of people on the show.
Yeah.
That they don't know. And there was loads of tweets. I mean, he shared them because Andrew didn't give a real shit about it really, and he was good enough to be able to take it. But there were like all these comments about like his weight and how shit he was in the quiz answers, and like how in his little speech he talked about how his favorite movie was Back to the Future, and someone just called him this awful like tirade of insults just because he said his favorite movie was Back to the Future. It's like, this does reflect worse on you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, if this is how you're spending your evening, is tweeting along live with the chase and insulting everyone who comes on it. Because I went on the guy, I then found his profile, went down, and that's all he did.
Oh, yeah.
All that evening he did was just it switched from the chase to the next show that he was watching, and then the next show after that. He found the hashtags for them, and then he just ripped the piss out of them. But what's weird about his tweets is that if you read them without watching the show, they don't make any sense because he's minute by minute tweeting. So he's like, that guy looks like a twat. It's like, what
are you talking about?
Who's that guy? And he's got like 17 followers.
Yeah.
Do you think
So no one cares.
Do you think when in like the halcyon days of 2005, when they invented Twitter, busy day down in the science lab, and they come up with this and they go, yes, this is going to connect humanity. This is going to be the thing, the grand discourse of human history. And you flash forward like 14 years or whatever.
And it's this.
It's like you give people the freedom to say whatever they want, whenever they want. And it's basically the first half of this podcast. It's basically us talking about toilet paper. Like, it is everything that comes into people's heads.
Yeah.
The trouble is that everyone's so desperate to be heard that they resort to petty name calling and saying outrageous things.
Controversiality, yeah.
Which invalidates the point they were trying to make.
Yeah.
And around and around and around we go.
Yeah, you can you can never win an argument on Twitter. Don't even try. It's madness.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's like it could be argued that like a lot of humour, there's always a victim in humour. There's always someone with a punchline.
Yeah,
Who
sure.
gets a pie in the face?
Yeah.
But I think like you can tell when there's cruelty
definitely.
under it. And it's like Eurovision. There are times when I've enjoyed tweeting along to Eurovision, and that's when sometimes it feels Twitter comes alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like
I think that's the sort of thing Twitter, in my mind, is for.
Share the
Having
hashtag
fun on that sort of
yeah,
thing.
everyone's saying funny things, making each other laugh.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fun. But you can tell what like there are ways of making jokes that don't just go, that's really funny, I'm going to kill you. It's like, oh wow, no, ooh,
oh god,
pull up. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a steep turn. I've got a love.
Go on then.
My love is primitive technology. By which I mean not the concept of primitive technology, but a YouTube channel called Primitive Technology.
Oh, I see.
Which we a bit late to the party. It's been going for
I've never heard of it.
it's been going for a few years, but I only just discovered it. It's basically it is a guy, a rather muscular fellow,
sweet,
who in all his videos is just wearing
nothing,
shorts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry,
well,
that's
good enough.
Close enough.
Just wearing shorts, and he's in a kind of like a jungle environment.
Okay.
And
wait,
yeah,
are these the guys that like, dig things.
He's one guy, and he makes
like houses and pools and underground caves. I have watched some of these. I didn't know what the channel was
I've not
called.
seen him make a cave.
Okay, right.
Spoilers.
But you basically like there's no dialogue, there's no introduction, or the only sound is just the birds and the bugs.
Yeah.
And the video might just be called making a brick hut.
Yes.
It's like 10 minutes long, and he just makes. He just makes it.
It'll be edited. Like he probably took about 2 days or something to make it. Didn't
Yeah,
he? Or
yeah,
something,
yeah.
Maybe. But he digs. He'll like dig a pit, or he'll like cut the bricks or whatever, and he'll just be using like sticks, won't he? Like a sharpened stick or something. Like he's mad. It's really cool.
It's insane.
Cutting lengths of bamboo to make like roofing and stuff. And
like he probably, and it's like it's wonderful because you look at it and you realize like, oh, humanity, we did all right. Like we somehow clawed our way out of living in caves. Like we made
structures,
these incredible things. Like but then it also drives home just how useless you'd be if you ever were lost in a jungle. Yeah, no, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he was even doing like chemical stuff. Like he was baking snail shells, and then grinding them up to make lime, to make like like actual like I'm gonna get this wrong, but extracting calcium carbonate and stuff. Yeah, it was crazy.
So he's clever, and he's got the brains and the brawn.
He made this was really clever. Like he and again all silent because he's got no audio in his videos. He shows his hands. And he's got massive like blisters and calluses on his hands. Yeah, because he's been making fire. So he has like
rubbing his hands to do the.
Yeah, so you get like a rubbing stick and you kind of like you spin it in your hands. So he was like, what
can I do with this?
Like signing, like, ooh, I have an idea.
Is it like a silent movie?
almost.
Well, except he doesn't really address for camera. He's just
Right.
kind of making something. But it's great because anyone in any language could watch it
Yeah,
and work
yeah,
out what he's doing.
That's what's so good.
So he made a he got a stick and he tied like bits of flat leaf to it to make like a fan.
Oh yeah,
So when he span it,
that helps.
it blew
Circulated
air.
air, yeah.
So he was like doing it next to his fire, and the fire was kind of like flaring. So then using clay, he made like a chamber for this spinner to go in, funneling the air into this fire. So he just kind of sits there and gives it a spin. And the most terrifying thing was because the guy is like he's in pretty good shape,
Sure.
you know, and he just with his bare hands is building like a house, like making bricks and baking them. There's one was like bow and arrow, and we saw him like whittle a tree, make a bow, like make rope, string it, like shave down arrows.
And then shot another man.
Actually, make make kind of like little arrowheads, bind them, take feathers, make fletching, does all this stuff, makes 9 arrows, makes a quiver, like makes a whole, like wraps it on his back. So you got this topless man with a bow and like arrows on his back.
Sounds awesome.
And I think like, okay, cute, like you made a bow. I bet it's not very good. And then the video ends with 2 minutes of him just Hawkeyeing it, just like releasing like notch after notch after notch, just like peppering this tree trunk with arrows. It's astonishing.
So he's good at arrows as well.
He's good at
Of
everything.
course he is.
God, he's a man of the wild.
Sounds like a cool guy.
So apparently, because we were trying to work out where it was, because it looked like pretty dense jungle. We were thinking, where is this? Is it South America? Where is it? What's going on?
It's actually Cheltenham.
Yeah, and he's here tonight.
Hey, buddy.
Turns out he's in Australia.
mute, though.
He's in Australia,
Oh, okay.
and he was a bit of a mystery for a while
Yeah.
because he uploaded all these videos and he never introduced himself. Never.
He made the laptop out of like
Yeah, he
bamboo
whittled,
and, like,
whittled the
clay.
laptop. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, but it turns out his name is John Plant.
Appropriate.
And he said like he has a biology related degree or anything. But he said he has no training. And the only kind of comments we've had from him is that, like, he said, yeah, I have a degree, but like I never did anything with it. Like he's only just been like working like mowing lawns and stuff. And he said, and I have a house and I eat proper food. It's not like I live in the wilderness or anything like
I
that.
eat pizza.
He just has like some land which has like a bit of.
Oh, so he
like-
does all this on his own land.
Yeah, and then
just
just
goes and does it.
yeah.
He's a doer.
So I can't work out if he is like accurately researching and recreating techniques that people properly
Or he's just doing it
use,
his own way.
or he just does it anyway. Either way, he's astonishingly competent.
Yeah.
He made like a furnace,
Jeez.
you know, and I think like if I made a fire, if by some miracle after like the fifth night of like I'm crying and I'm soaking wet and I've just like eaten my shoes to try and like get some nourishment, and if I eventually like made a fire, it'd be like a tiny spark, and I would just like I'd hold it up and I'd just be weeping. Like, oh, thank God.
And then your tears would put it out.
You like sneeze on it or something.
But where is it? You give him like half a day, and he literally has he's smelting metal.
Just built a 3-story palace.
half a town, village shop.
It's
Built a
incredible.
microwave.
So it gives me hope for humanity while also
Well,
dooming myself.
Well, there you
Well
go.
done. Well
You
done.
know.
Well done.
But humanity's more important.
Yeah. We will endure. Anyway,
Well done, team.
What?
I've got one love.
What?
Sorry.
Okay, one love.
Community love. One
One
love.
love for the mother's pride.
Let's not.
I've got one from Andrew Stevens.
Andrew Stevens,
Stevens.
friend of the show.
who says, I may have shared my love for this before, but I need to do it again now.
Oh, right.
Cheese on toast.
Yeah, that may have come up before.
Yeah.
Cheese on toast.
We're so deep.
Such a
into this
simple
show
food,
now.
but so damn good. There you go.
Great, I agree.
That's a nice simple note on which to end it.
That reminds me that I haven't eaten dinner yet, so let's end this show.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry as well.
Oh, I've eaten, but
That's all right for some. He moved it earlier.
I moved it
He
earlier.
wanted to
I
record
assumed you'd have
earlier.
eaten.
No.
Oh, well.
Oh,
I could eat again.
Great.
great.
What a fun anecdote. So what won? Eh?
Hate.
Love or hate?
Hate, I'd
Hate.
say.
You hate one?
You always say hey.
I always say hate.
Yeah. This is M&M's that did it.
Oh, yeah, it is those M&Ms
Sorry,
that did it.
punching my
As
microphone,
John punches the mic.
Yeah, it's probably hate this time.
Fucking
I think the M&Ms swung it.
sponsor us.
Swing yo M&Ms.
Anyway, so on that note,
Do we do the traditional one this week?
Let's do the standard
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Let's
well,
just do
the
the
normal,
base,
do
the
the
base
normal.
level.
Okay.
thank you all for listening.
Thanks
It's
for the hates.
been delightful. Yeah, your hates have made
Thanks.
it. Yeah,
Send
thank you
some
so
in.
much.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Send
Yeah.
some in. We will read
for
them.
your contribution
Thank
to
you,
it
this high quality show.
Get on the Facebook page.
on the social media.
God.
And send us your hate.
And Cheltenham Literature Festival.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Right.
Bring it back to sensible.
Well, I'm glad I started singing just to be stopped in my tracks.
Yeah, that's not awkward at all.
Astonishing news.
Yeah. Oh,
Bewildering news.
But impossible news. Because we're not literate.
No.
What's the word?
We're not Cheltenham. I mean, literate.
Incredibly, a show called Hate will be coming to the Cheltenham Literature Festival. And we'll be taking questions from the audience.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Is this a joke? No, I assure you it isn't.
we're really
Any
gonna
other
be there.
questions?
No,
really.
It's a joke. No more questions about whether or not this is a joke.
Incredibly, due to a sweet technicality, we will be appearing.
Don't say it. Just make us sound cute.
Catastrophic admin error.
We will actually be appearing at the Cheltenham
What's the
Literature
date?
Festival. Saturday. No, Sunday the 13th.
Yep.
Of October.
Yes. At
1:15?
1:15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
there we
glad
go.
you know.
Yeah, there we go.
Go on the Literature Festival.
It won't be
website.
there.
Fuck.
It really won't be there.
Okay, well, where's the venue?
No.
We're gonna do a post on the social.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see it on
Yeah.
Get on our socials.
Yeah.
Come
but
on down if you're a regular.
If
or
you're
if
local,
You're not.
come on down. Let's have a meet-up.
Yeah, it'd
we'll
be great to put faces to some of those.
We'll be
faces.
recording a live show from the Cheltenham Literature Festival.
That's not a joke.
Cannot stress enough that this is actually happening.
I know it sounds a lot like we're joking right now, and there's no way I can actually infer that we're not joking, but we aren't.
Just turn up and we'll be there. We promise.
We will be there.
In an actual venue.
If you're
we
there,
won't just be on the streets.
It may just be you and us, but if you're there, at least that'll be an audience.
Try censoring us now.
They say never meet your heroes, but in this case, we're imploring you to make an exception.
So yeah, we hope if you are relatively local, we hope you will join us at the, cannot stress this enough, the actual Cheltenham Literature Festival, where we will be doing a live broadcast.
Our first live
ever.
show.
Yeah, well, we started high.
Yeah,
it's all downhill from here.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep an eye out on the Facebooks and Twitters.
Cool. Shall I start singing again?
Yeah,
No.
start. Yeah.
Oh,
And we're
I
fading
see
out.
you
This
at
isn't
the
fading
Literature
out.
Festival.
None of this is real. You won't be able to hear this.